If you are struggling to get off that comfy couch, put on your shoes and go out for a run, then these three simple steps will help you to defeat your inner voice. You know, the one that's telling you to reach for the milk chocolate instead of all the running shoes. Also, at the very end, I have a bonus tip for everyone who is very determined to actually change their lives and improve their life quality through sports and through running. So stay tuned till the very end. Now let's get started. Now, tip number one is to set yourself a goal. Whatever that goal may be. It might be to run once a week to just integrate this activity into your schedule and just improve your overall fitness and health. It might be to just get in shape and improve your looks overall. Or maybe you want to set a good example for your kids and lead a happy and healthy life. Or you're just like me and you just want to set yourself a goal and see what your body and mind is really made of and really push to your outer limits. Whatever the case may be, as it is with anything in life, you want to make sure that you know what you're aiming for. Having a why behind your actions will drastically improve your ability to withstand all the discomfort and all the pain that you're going to experience along the way. And it will also have an enormously positive effect on your overall willpower. So set yourself a goal to pursue on this particular journey to becoming a runner. Tip number two follows exactly after the first one, and that is to set yourself a plan. You know, set up a plan. I know it sounds very generic, but he who fails to plan plans to fail. And after all, the best goal in the world means nothing to you if you don't have a concrete, concise plan what you want to do and how you want to get there. Now, your first plan or draft doesn't have to include a lot of things. It doesn't have to involve everything there is to know about the whole topic. In fact, the quicker you can set it up, the better. I'm talking basic routines. Now, how does that work? How does one create a plan without ever having a plan? Start off by picking out your days of running. Maybe in the beginning it's just once or twice a week, and frankly, that's all you need. That is all you need to get started. Make it as comfortable as possible for you to fit these days or this one day into your existing routine that you already have with your day job, your family, whatever it may be. So take that one day and write it down in your plan. And also, in addition to just the day, try to write down something that you want to run on that day. It can be distance or minutes or time or whatever it is. Just also write that down next to the date that you're picked out. And I mean, genuinely write it down. Either on a piece of paper or in your phone, whatever it is, but write it down. Here's a quick example of what my plan looks like in case you need some sort of, inspiration for your plan. But that is just for you to have a layout as to how you can actually design and create your plan and what it can look like after all. Physically, writing your plan down has two benefits. A, it makes it way easier for you to memorize the plan and actually just, have it in your head of what day is coming up and what you're doing on that day. And B, it is also way better to hold yourself accountable. Especially if you're doing this without like a buddy or running partner or whatever, it is kind of hard to hold yourself accountable. But if you have it down on your phone or on your piece of paper, wherever you wrote it down, you can simply look at it and you'll feel like, all right, today is my running day. And that creates that urge in your head where you're like, well, I can't just simply not go for a run today. I will lie to myself about doing this whole thing. And that is something you do not want to do. It also takes away the necessity to think about when you're going to do what. Tip number 3 is to go hard, but go easy. What I mean by that is go hard at following the plan. Follow it as closely and as religiously as you can. Really hold yourself accountable for doing what you set out you were going to do.
Do it!
But in order for you to be able to go hard at following your plan, you would have to set up a plan that is actually sustainable for you to do. Setting yourself the goal of running 100 kilometers a week while being chased by a car like you're training for the next Rocky movie, when all you did before was run 2 minutes from that strange cat that was running around the neighborhood.
It looks like grandma, the fucking thing. Hey, get the fuck out of here.
That is simply not sustainable for you. But if you have a background of running and you have somewhat of a base where you can start from, great. Take that as your base and then develop your plan from there. However, if you do not have a base, don't worry, I got you. Start out by putting on your shoes, going outside, or on the treadmill if that's what you prefer, but I cannot recommend the treadmill as it makes running an even more mundane task than it already is. Go out there and simply start out by running for as long as you comfortably can. So comfortably can sustain it, just go for it and see how far it takes you. Now in the beginning, that might be 500 meters, that might be half a mile, that might be 2 minutes, whatever it may be honest to yourself. That is very, very, very important. Be honest to yourself, turn around, go home, write that down in your plan. Write it down as your reference point for later, as your starting point for now. So you go on there, you write down day 1, 500 meters or half a mile, 2 minutes, and then you go, all right, what is my goal for next week? Now you may have noticed that I said, go out there and run for as long as you comfortably can. That does not mean that you get out there and after 500 meters, you're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. This is boring. Let's just go home and start from there. No. That is not what you do. I mean comfortably as in physically comfortably. Because at the end of the day, I'm certain that running is 90% head game. It's all in your mind. Your body can take so much physical stress, you wouldn't even believe it if I told you. But your mind is always the limiting factor, trying to tell you that you can't do it anymore, you can't go any further. So try to get used to pushing your body just a little more than your mind right now thinks it can handle. I learned that whole mindset thing during my first marathon, where my mind was trying to convince me that I can't do it anymore, that I have to just stop and I just can't keep going. And it would go on for so long until I finally took action and told my mind to shut the fuck up because I'm not gonna stop. That is a very, very big thing that you have to learn about running, is that most of it is in your head. If all of this still doesn't get you up and running, quite literally, I still have another bonus tip, like I promised, for all the people who are very determined to really do this but just can't seem to find the motivation to get up and get running. Sign up for a running event. Stop listening to your head telling you that you cannot do this, you've never done this before, or you're not an expert runner. Trust me, neither of us was born an expert runner and set already world records on their way out of the hospital as a baby. There are loads of events all around the world, so there's got to be one close to you. And I'm not talking major events like marathons or half marathons, but there's also loads of 10Ks, 5Ks, 2Ks. Hell, there's even 1Ks with strollers and dogs where people can literally take their whole family, their stroller and their dog, and just go out for a run. That is all you need. Just sign up for one of those events and simply go for it. There's all different kinds of people from all different age groups and shapes and whatnot.
Wait a minute.
Now, obviously, I'm talking physical shape, like physical condition, not like the shape of their body. You get what I'm saying. So there's gonna be someone who is in somewhat of a similar position like you are right now, who's just starting out and who wants to get into it. And that's a great way for you to just connect, meet new people, or simply have the motivation to train for something, have something coming up that is making it worth for you to actually go out there and train for it. When it comes to being motivated to go out there for a run and get off that couch, nothing helps me more than the fact that I'm already signed up for my next marathon in January next year, and that I already have a clear goal set in my mind of what I'm going to do, and also having a plan of how to get there and what I have to do in order to reach that goal. So I signed up for an event, I set myself a clear goal, I have a clear plan as to how I'm gonna get there, and I'm following that plan religiously. There you have it, all 4 tips, even with the bonus tip, combined all in one. Now, if this video has helped you to get a better grip of your running routine, or simply just sign up for your next running event, put on your shoes for your next running adventure, or just joining your running club at your local gym, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you stay up to date with future updates on your journey to becoming a runner. Also, if you're interested in how I set up my plan and what it consists of and how my running preparation for that whole marathon thing is going right now, check out this video right here where I go in depth on my plan. Until then, see ya. Things that have to, it doesn't have to include, hell this, for future motivation and future updates to be